What's going on, YouTube? Welcome to the Credit Plug channel. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that like button as well as smash the subscribe button. Also, as a reminder to all viewers, this is not financial advice. This is for informational purposes only. So in today's video, I'm gonna be going over some of the top fintech business credit accounts for 2023. And 90% of the accounts we're about to go over, you can get with no hard inquiry, meaning that it's not going to affect your personal credit. So we're going to walk through the specific data points for each of these different accounts. So first up on the list, we have the Tilful Mastercard. So this does not require a personal guarantee for approval, and it does report to Experian. You do have to put down a minimum of $500. Now, as I mentioned, they are reporting to Experian Business, and they're working on reporting to Dun & Bradstreet as well as Equifax. And as a lot of you know, Equifax is very important when it comes to financial trades. Next up on the list, we have the Corpay Mastercard. Now, this is one of my favorite business credit accounts to really build business credit, because not only do they report to Experian, they also report to Dun & Bradstreet as well as Equifax. They will do a hard credit pull. Now, they are going to be pulling your personal Experian. However, the credit requirements aren't that intensive. So if you have, let's say, a minimum of a 600 Experian FICO, like I mentioned, it does help you with building business credit. So Corpay reports your activity to major credit bureaus, including Equifax, Dun & Bradstreet, and Experian Commercial. So although there is a hard pull for this, I think this is one of the best starter business credit accounts that you can get. And again, this is a bank issued Mastercard. Revolut cares less about your credit score and more about your business. This is a card built for all businesses, including those with subprime credit. The Revolut Card Plus Flex line with instant approvals and flexible spend limits that are based on your business's revenue. As it says right here, there's no hard credit pull and zero fees to apply. You'll likely be approved for Revolut even if you've been turned down by other cards because of FICO. Plus, there's no hard credit pull. Now, with the Revolut card, you can get $500 back after you spend $5,000 in the first 3 months, as well as 3% cash back on every purchase. Apply and receive a funding decision in as little as an hour. Spending limits grow with your business revenue in real time. And again, approvals are based on revenue, not your credit score, with no hard pull to apply. Next up on the list, we have Ramp. Now, Ramp is becoming one of my favorite fintech business credit accounts. Now, as you can see right here, I have a $97,000 limit. Now, there's no hard inquiry with Ramp, so they don't pull your credit whatsoever. Now, with Ramp Flex, they'll pay your vendors today on your behalf, and then you just pay them back either in 30, 60, or 90 days for a small fee. So this is a new functionality called Ramp Flex. Now, with Ramp Flex, how it works, you're going to upload an invoice. So any of the invoices that you might have from some of your different vendors, you basically can upload the invoice, or you can key it in manually. And then they give you the option to get a net 30, a net 60, or a net 90. Next up on the list, we have the Divvy Credit Builder program. So this is another great way for you to start your credit profile. The Divvy Credit Builder, again, is like an entry level type of credit account. So let's say you just started your business. They do have a path for you to graduate to an unsecured line. Great way to build your credit, and they do report to the major credit reporting agencies. Next up, we have Jeeves. Now, this is a fintech organization that actually has a global reach. So they're not just only based in the United States. Now, Jeeves offers two types of products. So they have a revolving line of credit. So this is working capital, 30, 60, or 90 days. Now, I would say this is kind of similar to Ramp, where they'll actually pay your vendors and then bill you later. And then they also have revenue-based finance. So this is growth capital. Now, the difference is that with revenue-based finance, they're basically taking a fixed percentage of your future revenue, whereas with the working capital, you do have set deadlines on when you have to repay it. Next up, we have ClearCard. Now, ClearCard is a pretty good business credit account that you can get, especially if you're a startup business. So let's say you've been in business for at least 3 months, you can qualify for the ClearCard. They do work off of a net 14 initially, and then after you start using your card, then they can upgrade you to like a net 30. Now, this is a charge card. You do have to pay it off in full. Now, as they say right here, you can build business credit with everyday spending. Now, you do have to have a business bank account set up because they do use Plaid to analyze your banking activity. Now, right here, we probably have one of the best fintech business credit accounts, and that is Capital on Tap. Now, Capital on Tap, you can earn up to 1.5 5% cash back, and they have credit limits to go up to $50,000. Now, one of the great things about Capital on Tap is that they're only doing a soft inquiry on your personal credit report. So they do use Experian, and they're going to be checking your personal Experian credit report as well as your business credit report. So it's actually wise to have some established business credit before you apply to this, because they're looking at both your personal as well as your business. So next up on the list, we have Brex. Now, Brex is another fintech business charge card where they're looking at your banking activity to qualify you, and they have a dynamic spend limit. So your spending limit can adjust based on your business banking activity. So it could either go up or down. Now, recently, they've kind of changed their focus on larger businesses instead of necessarily like the startup business. Now, you do have to pay it back in full. Now, I wouldn't recommend Brex for a brand new business because you do have to have a certain amount of money in your business checking account to qualify. Next up on the list, we have Funded. Now, Funded is a brand new fintech startup. Now, they're really going to be focusing on businesses with 10 or fewer employees. In order to qualify, you need as little as $4,000 in monthly recurring revenue and over 9 months time in business to access a credit line. And you can actually get a credit limit increase as your business grow, and you can apply for a credit limit increase every 3 months. Now, the business building card is going to be designed for businesses that are earning between $50,000 and $1 million in annual revenue. So what's kind of different about Funded's business model is that they're not necessarily going after the larger businesses. They're really focusing on the businesses with 10 or less employees between 50 and 1 million in annual revenue. Next up on the list, we have the Fair Figure Business Capital Card. The difference with the Fair Figure card is that, again, there's no hard inquiries. It's not going to affect your credit score. And this is actually more or less like a line of credit where you could actually pull money off of the card. Next up on the list, we have Card. So this is another fintech startup. Now, this is going to be more industry specific. So right now, they're only working with a handful of different industries, but they will be working with additional industries later down the road. No personal guarantee is required, so they're not going to do a hard pull on your credit. And right now there is a wait list. So in order to qualify for this card, you do have to click this button right here to get on the wait list. Now, Airbase is another fintech expense management platform where you can get unlimited cash back. There's no personal guarantee. You can also get up to 10 to 20 times higher limits. Now, one thing about Airbase is that they're going to be focusing on larger businesses. So this really isn't going to be for a startup. You just started your business yesterday. This is going to be for larger enterprises with, let's say, 20 or more employees doing millions of dollars in revenues. Right here, we have Tribal Credit. Now, this is another corporate charge card. There's no personal guarantee, no credit check, and they have more of like an international focus. So it's not just US based. Now, Card is going to be similar to Airbase, where their business model is really focusing on the larger enterprises. So this is a true corporate card. No personal guarantees. Now, this is going to be geared more for businesses who see a lot of value in the expense management platform side of it versus those who are just looking for a business credit card or a charge card. So I would say for most small businesses, this isn't really going to be a good fit. Next up on the list, we have Dash.fi. So this actually used to be Funnel Dash. I did a video on this a couple years ago, and this is going to be mostly for digital ad spend. So that's kind of how they're marketing this product. There's no personal guarantee. And again, as it says right here, you can get 10 to 20 times higher limits. Right here, we have one of my favorites is the Carrot Card. This is specifically geared to social media influencers. And so they're looking at your social media metrics as well as your business banking activities. And they'll give you a charge card limit based off of your business banking activity. Last but not least, we have the Row Corporate Card. They have very high limits. They are looking for businesses that are generating at least $1 million in annual revenue. So if you're a brand new startup, this is not going to be a fit for you. There's no personal guarantee, no credit check. You can earn 1.75% cash back or extend up to 60 days to pay. So instead of a net 30, this is more like a net 60. So you have 60 days to pay your balance off. All right, so there you have it. Some of the best fintech business credit accounts for 2023. Let me know your comments and questions right down in the comment section below. And until next time, take it easy and we'll talk to you soon. Peace.